Hi friends, good evening. So welcome to the domain training by 360DigiTMG. And yesterday we started marketing analytics. Marketing analytics is nothing but to study about the marketing activities. So the marketing activities which are helpful to increase the product. I mean, increasing the sales of a product of a brand. And where we are using that marketing analytics, we have discussed it clearly. So today, let us understand about Crisp MLQ. So before Crisp MLQ, I want to explain what is machine learning. So before machine learning, let us start with AI. So AI stands for artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, it is a branch of computer science, and which is it is for developing intelligence machines, and the machines will think and work like human being. So this is nothing but artificial intelligence in simple words, easy understanding purpose. And coming to machine learning, we'll say ML. So ML, it is a branch of artificial intelligence, and here we use data and algorithms. Data and algorithms. So with the data and algorithm, how we are learning. So how the human beings are learning. So in that way, the machines will imitate learn. So machines can understand, machines will learn with the data and its algorithms. Okay. So this is nothing but machine learning. And coming to the developing of machine learning applications, especially the project organizations and machine learning practitioners. So they need guidance for developing of machine learning model, entire life cycle. So for that, we provide one methodology. So that is nothing but Crisp MLQ. So Crisp MLQ, it is also nothing but project management methodology. It stands for cross-industry standard process for developing machine learning applications with quality assurance. So to develop the ML model, ML life cycle, so we propose this model, Crisp MLQ. And if you want to handle one project, just we need to go with these 6 phases. So let us understand what is Crisp MLQ. So Crisp MLQ will start with first step, business and data understanding. So business and data understanding both comes under first phase. Now in the first step, mainly we will focus about what is the scope of the project. Suppose they have given one project, so which is related to the marketing activity. So that project we will take and we will apply this methodology. In the initial first step, that is nothing but business and data understanding. In that first, we will focus on what is the scope of the ML project. Scope of ML project, and we will check it leads to, so whether we are in a position to get profit or not, and scope of the project and project feasibility. So these 3 points we will take care in the case of business understanding and business and data understanding. So at the same time, after understanding that business problem, so what challenges we need to take. Suppose we can let us take anyone, Netflix. So in the Netflix, so which type of movies they have to promote, so that they can subscribe that Netflix and etc. They can able to watch that movies. So initially, when we take that project, everything we need to analyze. So whether is it profitable or not, and what is the scope of the project like that. Once everything is clear, then we need to note down what are the objectives and what are the constraints. So what is business objective? So this is very important. This we can understand after getting idea on the business problem. Okay. So business objectives are nothing but business objectives are nothing but measurable properties. So measurable properties of a company that can achieve. Okay, so what steps we need to take to improve, to reach our goal, to improve my profit? So that are nothing but business objectives. Next thing, business constraints. So we come to know after understanding the business problem. In first step only we will get. So business constraints. Constraints are nothing but limitations. So what steps are avoiding, just what steps are stopping us to not reach that goal? So what are the limitations we should know? Then only we can proceed. So these are the things we will study in the first phase of Crisp MLQ. So next step, data preparation. This business and data understanding comes under first phase. Yeah, so any doubts, friends? Is it clear? Yeah. Let us go to the next step, that is data preparation. So in the data preparation, we have two sources of data, primary sources and secondary sources. So in the primary sources, nothing but we will collect the data and we will do research on the data. And suppose if already data is available, that comes under secondary data sources. So in the data preparation, some steps we will take, like, yeah, we need to take the data selection, what features data selection and feature engineering. So meaning they have provided the data, but we must have the domain knowledge. Domain knowledge is helpful to extract the what are the important features in our data set. Okay, even simply if we have the data, we cannot proceed. We need to prepare the data. Sometimes there will be some NA values, outliers, and tomorrow's session we will discuss clearly regarding exploratory data analysis, nothing but EDA, and data pre-processing. So tomorrow we will study clearly. So yeah, just the data we need to prepare, and data preparation also nothing but data engineering. Yeah, so everything while we are proceeding for the next step, this data should be in clear. It should be balanced. Like, so then if data preparation is done, so then we will go for the model building. Okay, so in the model building, yeah, here we will face some challenges. And coming to model building, so the ML practitioners, they will choose various models and they will deploy in production environment. And in model building, so what model I need to choose? So it is completely based on the business problem, and we will choose the model, and after that just we will split the data. So we'll split the data into training, validation, and testing. Yes. So in the training, so what data we have, just we will choose one algorithm. I already explained now. So the algorithm is based on our business problem. Maybe, yeah. So in model building, just we will discuss about training, validation, and testing. So training is nothing but what data we have. So the data can go through with the algorithm and it can understand So it can understand about everything regarding the data. So whenever if I give any future, if any value, it is in a position to predict. So the training is helpful to learn everything just about the data set, everything the algorithm machine can understand. So then validation is nothing but, so first, machine, suppose, let us take 100 questions. So training is done for 80 questions. So now the machine know everything regarding 80 questions. What data you have provided, machine is perfectly clear. Now you can ask one extra question, so which is not included in the training. The first thing what you are passing, that is nothing but validation. So all ML practitioners, they may not choose the validation technique. Some will choose, some will not choose. So testing is nothing but working. So first they will train that model and they will test that model with the new data, raw data, and based on that they will get, so which model is correct, so which model we can proceed, which model should be deployed. So these things we comes under. And tomorrow I already informed ED and data pre-processing. Anyway, we will discuss about some machine learning models like class 2 classification models, one unsupervised learning. So anyway, you can understand clearly. But as in the project management methodology, so minimum information you require, so I am explaining. Next, once the model building is done, so then go for the testing and evaluation. So after model is done, then what we will do, just a robustness, there is a concept, meaning we will, our model is clear, now we will pass the input data. So the input data is nothing but noisy data. So the data which is not relevant to the model, we will test. So we will evaluate the model, how it is working or not. Okay. So yeah, business understanding, business and data understanding, first thing. And second phase is nothing but data engineering, also nothing but data preparation. Third phase is nothing but model building. Fourth one is nothing but testing and evaluation. So once the model is tested, then we will go for the deployment. So the model will be deployed in the production environment. Okay. So once, suppose anyway model is deployed. So deployment is nothing but what? Suppose we have we worked on one data set. So that about data, what are the patterns, everything the machine can able to understand. So after that, we will create one app. So deployment is nothing but just we will get one URL. So here it will ask some responses. So whenever we will enter some data, new data, so the model in a position to predict the values. So that is nothing but deployment. Next, after deployment, and here there will be one challenge. So in deployment, even in machine learning, lack of reproducibility. So lack of reproducibility means while we are learning the model, while we are working on model, sometimes what will happen is, once if we retrain, if we work on again, yeah, it will not show exact results. So that is nothing but lack of reproducibility. So one time we will get accuracy like 95. Suppose if you run again, you may not get exactly 94. For that, what we will take? So we will choose what is the training set, what is the testing set, what about the validation, what hyperparameters. Hyperparameters are nothing but these are used to improve the model performance. So different hyperparameters we will use, and what hyperparameters, what about environment we choose. So that we will save. So that is helpful to work on. Next, monitoring and maintenance. So in monitoring and maintenance, what will happen? The one of the risk of machine learning model is staleness. Staleness, sorry. So staleness is nothing but, so once if everything is done, while we are giving the responses, while we are passing the new data, what will happen? Gradually, the performance of the module, the performance of the model will decrease. Yeah, if the performance of a model is decreased, again, it is not a good choice. So what we need to completely monitor our model. So we should not close with our deployment stage. We need to monitor our model continuously. Okay. So continuously, if it is required, we need to retrain the model. Okay. That is nothing but monitoring and maintenance. Okay. So these are the 6 steps comes under Crisp MLQ. So this is, Crisp MLQ is nothing but guidance for the ML practitioner. Suppose data scientist. So data scientist is going to handle one project. He has to take care about these 6 steps. Okay. Yeah. Any doubts regarding Crisp MLQ? Please, you can ask. Yeah, we have Abhijit, Shreya, Tulsi. Are you understanding what is Crisp MLQ? Yeah, it is clear. Yeah, only Abhijit confirmed, remaining. Yeah, fine. Yeah, clear. It is nothing but how we are handling project. Yeah, fine. So Crisp MLQ is fine. So next we'll discuss types of machine learning. Okay, types of machine learning. So we'll discuss clearly. In the third stage, I informed that I explained that we need to choose the model. So we need to choose the model based on the data. So which algorithms? So nothing but what are the types of machine learning? Let us discuss. Now here I will explain. Yeah. So what is machine learning? It mentioned here. Now I will explain what are the types of machine learning. Yeah, here you can take this. Types of ML. ML stands for machine learning. So first one is supervised learning. Supervised. And second one is unsupervised. So next one is semi-supervised. Reinforcement learning. So these are the types of machine learning models. So let us discuss briefly regarding each and every machine learning. Coming to supervised machine learning. So in supervised machine learning, I can say simply it is nothing but instructor-led training. Okay, there is a teacher. I mean, we have the data set. So we have the data set. We know the input variable and we know the output variable also. So we can study not only input but also output. So I can say I will take one simple example. That is, so let us take cats and dogs. Cats and dogs. So cats and dogs having the various different property. Okay. So dogs have long tail and cats have short. And coming to size also, dogs. Okay. And here cat having the different features, color, etc., height, tail. The dog also having the different features. So what we will write? So because of so and so feature, so we will say this is cat, this is dog. So this is cat, this is dog. And the machine can understand how the cat will be, what are the features of the cat and what are the features of the dogs. Now, so this is anyway, model building is done. Now, what I will do, I will ask model, hi model. Yeah. So what is this? Is it cat or it is dog? Yeah, definitely it will say it is either cat or dog. If it is cat, model will say it is cat. Otherwise it is dog. because we mentioned the target output variable. So and so values. I can take one more example. Okay. Yeah, myself. Suppose myself, I have purchased dresses on regular intervals. So every month on first, I have purchased the dress. Every month. This is historical data. It is happened continuously 12 months. So next model will predict, yeah, the person will purchase definitely dress on first of the month. Here output variable we have. So this is about supervised learning. Next. So we have supervised again classification models, regression models. Yeah, we have some classification regression model. In coming classes, yeah, you can expect 100% clarity regarding again what is supervised, what is classification model, what is regression, etc. So let us discuss about unsupervised learning. So for unsupervised learning, what I will do, just I can take simply a bucket of fruits. So collection of fruits I will take. Yeah. So in that collection, it consisting of apples, banana, cherry, mango, and etc. I will not inform what is this, etc. Just I will collect to various fruits and I can place. So then the model will separate, will split based on the patterns. So the model don't know, just model don't know what is apple, what is mango, and etc. But it will separate. Let us take. I have given. Yeah, A stands for apple, M stands for mango, O stands for orange, and B stands for banana. Okay, apple, mango, orange, banana. Let us take AMOB. Now I have taken one bucket and just I pass it. So then the model don't know about the each and every fruit, but it can split like this. Yeah, A stands for all apples one side, all mangoes, all oranges, all banana one side. So this is nothing but unsupervised learning. Okay. So supervised, we can say one more example. Supervised learning is nothing but, yeah. So instructor will explain everything. We will prepare. Unsupervised nothing but just without any supervision. So we are prepared. Even supervised having some advantages and disadvantages. Similarly for unsupervised learning also. And coming to what is semi-supervised learning. So semi-supervised learning means just where if we have some disadvantages with respect to supervised and also unsupervised, we will choose semi-supervised model. So one simple example I can say. So as we are student, actually the person who is studying, we will start our education from, I think, nursery, LKG, UKG, right? So whenever we are studying such type of classes, no nursery student, LKG students, first class student, they don't know why we need to study and etc. Yeah, they need to complete their education in presence of teachers. So that is correct. Okay. Yeah, is it not possible means, okay, I don't want to discuss more regarding, but supervision is required. Now coming to ourselves, now I have completed my up to 10th, 5th class, 6th class, up to 10th I have finished in the presence of teachers. Now I want to do some research on particular topic. I want to do some research on artificial intelligence. So here there is a possibility. So without the presence of teacher also, I can able to learn unsupervised. So here my concept, if you take up to some cases, supervision. And after some cases, I can able to learn. I can go research. I can do research. I can collect a lot of information, which is helpful for my research, etc. So that is unsupervised. Combination of supervised and unsupervised learning. So this is about third type of ML, machine learning. Next, coming to fourth one is reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning, I can simply say game. Okay, I will start one game. Initially I don't know anything about the game. But I noticed that while I am choosing some step, my score is increasing. What I will do, just initially I don't know how to play that game. But while the score is increasing, so what steps I need to take? Okay, how to improve the score? So definitely I can get. So gaming application that comes under reinforcement learning. Yeah. So these are the types of machine learning. Yeah, this is nothing but unsupervised learning. Okay. See, training, we will give the data, historical data and machine learning. So after learning, just because by understanding the historical data, it will give some rule and patterns. Okay. Now, after getting rules, so after prediction, we will predict. You can enter any one object. We have, I think, question. Yeah, fine, we can use. Okay. Even we can apply supervisor and unsupervised for the same data set. Okay. So let us take one data set, and for improving the quality, what we can take, just we can remove the target variable. Enough. Then we can apply the unsupervised learning. The unsupervised learning will split the data into 2 or 3 clusters. So based on our requirement, and we can take that cluster, let us apply all supervisor model. It is fine. So for one data set also, we can apply both supervisor and unsupervised. Not a problem. Yeah, still any questions, please? Yeah, fine. Now, yeah, like previous example, fruits we have given, it will understand based on the features, based on the patterns. Yeah, something it is like you don't know apple, etc. It will separate. And when we enter any new data, so based on, so if it is looking like apple, yeah, it is apple. It will predict like. So this is about unsupervised learning. So coming to the supervisor learning, just anyway knows output. Okay, we will train. Yeah, this is, we will say clearly, yeah, this is cat, this is rat, this is dog, and etc. We will train. Then if we enter the new data, that is, yeah, what is this? The image is nothing but cat. So what is this? If we ask the model, yeah, it is cat. Fine. Okay, so that is supervisor and unsupervised model. Yeah, here if you go with the concept, yeah, machine learning, intelligence, yeah, and it is an important component in the growing field of data science. Yeah, these are the things we discussed. So anyway, just yeah, you can discuss like what industries at present, what companies, what are the famous companies are using marketing analysis. All companies definitely they may have this domain. You can say some companies, Tiger Analytics and Accenture, yeah, TCS. So they are using this marketing analytics. Even marketing strategies, they need this machine learning concept. So this is about unsupervised learning. Yeah, data split. Yeah, this step we will take while we are splitting our data into train, test, validation, etc. So how the machine learning is evolved in the marketing analytics. So currently expanding adoption of data science concept in the marketing field. And anyway, these fields are involving a wide range of data collection and transformation techniques, and this social media web driven marketing. Again, question, when we use semi-supervised learning, okay, that's your choice. Okay, You can use, if you feel I can apply both this supervisor and unsupervised, you can use, not a problem. But we can apply same data set. You take one data set which is having output variable, just in the output which is having output variable you take, and then you remove, and with the remaining values you can apply unsupervised and etc. So it is, I can say when it is exactly used. So I can say it is based on our requirement. Yeah, you are getting some challenges. You are having some challenges, unable to meet your goal. In that cases, just you can try that step as well. Yeah, this is a conclusion. So role of machine learning marketing is allowed to just we can take the decisions so for our strategies. So I have explained from yesterday also theory. Today I have explained about Crisp MLQ methodology. So Crisp MLQ methodology, it is a guidance for ML practitioner. ML practitioner nothing but the machine learning engineer or machine learning practitioner. So it is very important for the person who is handling that six phases. Okay. Now tomorrow we will discuss about exploratory data analysis and pre-processing. So before that, we need one programming language. So to understand a machine learning concept, so the programming language is nothing but Python. So today, just I will explain some concept. I will explain. So regarding the Python. Yeah. So why Python? What is the importance of the Python? What is the importance of Python in machine learning? Yeah. Just I want to explain few concepts. And because tomorrow I will start EDA and pre-processing. So 50% of our time spends on theory and 50% hands-on. So Python, it is a higher level programming language introduced by Guido van Rossum. So Python, I think Python is not any related to snake family. It is a programming language. So introduced by Guido van Rossum. Okay, while he is doing research, he at the time he influenced by one script, Monty Python Flying Circus, released by the BBC. Yeah, at that time he need one name, so which is short, mysterious, and unique. So he named his programming language Python. So if we discuss about the features of the Python, yeah. So coming to Python, it is very easy to learn. Easy to learn, and if we are learning this language, I think I'm thinking some of you already have the knowledge on Python. Nothing but how we are using English language. So while you are attending, if you try to attend some classes on Python, you feel that are we learning any programming language or are we discussing about English grammar? So it should be like. And next, this is the programming language. It is functional oriented. It is functional oriented and object oriented, procedural oriented. Okay. So functional oriented, this Guido van Rossum introduced Python. So while he is doing research, he referred various programming languages, and the important features from the various programming languages are added into the Python. So that's why the functional programming feature extracted from the C language. So functional programming is very simple. We will define one function. So function in Python is nothing but it is used to define one particular task. Yeah, suppose you need some information regarding a student marks. student marks in mathematics. You can define one function. So in a class, there will be not one student, right? Will be 100 students or 200 students. Yeah, once if you define function, we can define once, we can use as many times as we require. Yeah. So in Python, we will define functions, different functions we will define and we will execute. That's why it is functional oriented programming. Coming to it is object oriented programming like Java. So Java also object oriented programming. In object oriented programming, everything in Python, everything is an object. Everything is an object. In simple words, you can define class. You can define class, and for every class, you can create objects. I can say one simple example how object-oriented program. See, now I decided to launch one mobile. Yeah, anyone having any question? Yeah, fine. I want to launch one mobile. So my intention is my mobile is nothing but a robo. Robo means, so it will help me like a friend. Yeah, hi Srinivas, you are getting messages from others. So you have a meeting today at so and so time. So you need to attend one occasion. So such type of technology, same robo concept, but I want to launch. So I want to place that concept in my mobile. So first to do the task, it is impossible, right? Just I can take one mobile and I can remove some chips by interconnection of the chips and etc. By doing something, by connecting, by removing, by adding, installing software, uninstalling, etc. That is not correct. So to do that concept, so artificial intelligence concepts are applied to my mobile. So nothing but before I should have the design of the mobile. So what software I need to use it to work as a robot. So there should be a design. So without design, I cannot prepare. So class is nothing but a design. Class is nothing but a design. And what objects? Yeah, anyway, mobile successfully, everything is fine. This is a soft copy. Then I can give this information to the various company. So who are ready to manufacture my mobiles? Yeah. So the manufacturing mobiles, that all mobiles comes under objects. So all objects comes under the same class. So this is one example. I can say one more example. Yeah, anyway, some you people are attending marketing analytics. I can say marketing analytics is one class. Marketing analytics is one class. You including you people and along with me, we are all objects because we are all related to same, right? So now at present, we are all discussing related to the marketing analytics. So this is the one example. So in object-oriented programming, we will define classes, and every class we can create objects, and all objects having the same features like class. All objects having the same features like class. So meaning I can say, so there is a class I want to define. So what is the purpose of class I am defining? I want to know BTech final year is one class. Want to know mini project marks and main project marks. So these two are the features, and it is applicable who are studying BTech. Now, what is class here? The class is nothing but BTech final year. Objects are nothing but students. We can say student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, and so on. And what is the common point? What are the features which are applicable for each and every student? Nothing but mini project marks and main project marks. So these are the main features, and it is shell scripting. So shell scripting means we have command prompt, right? Just if you install Python, and we have various installation, and by default, Python will come with IDE. If you download Python, you will get IDE. Just I will show that. So this is the ideally you will get once you download Python. And initially you can use this Python as a calculator. You please ask, so what is the value of 1 plus 2? It will give 3. Additions. Okay, if I don't know anything, let us start. Always known to unknown, right? So what I know calculations. I will do that calculations here. Let us take 23 into 3, 16. But it is like a notepad, not getting interest to work on that. So we have Anaconda, graphical user interface. So why we use Anaconda? So why we use Anaconda, especially whenever you want to work on data science related concept. So data science related concept, nothing but we will use various algorithms to implement. So we need a lot of packages or libraries. Again, what is package or package? Packages means what? So what is package? So packages means don't think different. Packages are nothing but it is a .py file, Python file. Yeah. So Python file, if you want to do data analysis. So data analysis, let us take one package. Yeah, someone have a question? Yeah. Yeah, someone asking questions, please can you unmute yourself and ask? Yeah. Yeah, just I unable to open the chart. So if you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can ask, not a problem. Right. Yeah, packages are, we are discussing regarding the packages. So packages are nothing but, so .py file. If you want to analyze a data frame, data set. So we use Pandas. Pandas is a package, so which will work on data frames. So if you want to analyze the data frame, that package is work. And we will simply write import Pandas as PD. You can write simply import Pandas as PD. So what will happen if you write import Pandas as PD? So Pandas is active. Now it is ready to work on data frames. Yeah, it will execute. So once you load, so what will happen? The total module, the Python code is ready. We cannot able to see that code, but what will happen? It is helpful to work on what we need to focus. So what are the tasks related to data frames? It will take. So many packages we have, and Anaconda will support many packages which are helpful for application, data science application. So we will use Anaconda Navigator. So Anaconda is a graphical user interface. Then we can have IDEs, integrated development environment. We have Spider and we have Jupyter. We can use PyCharm and we can use Google Colab as well. And if you want to know about, our programming will start with data types. So data types, we have Python. Yeah. So we have data types in Python. So the data types are nothing but like a numeric data type and integer data. Numeric comes under integer, float, and complex. And we have strings, list, tuple. So string is nothing but collection of the character. Character word we will not use. So we will say something is placed in single quotes or double quote. We will say as a string. And we have one more data type, that is list. So list is nothing but the elements are placed in square brackets. So like, so we can simply write 1, 2, 3, 4. You can say this is one list. And list consisting of, there is no rule that it must consisting of same data type. Yeah, various data types also it is fine. Next, tuple. Tuple is nothing but immutable. This is also very important. So mutable and immutable. So mutable is nothing but, so which we can change. So list values we can update. And in tuple, once the values are defined, we cannot update. These are the data types in Python, and we have variables. Briefly, I am explaining the Python programming because we will use tomorrow hands-on, that's it. And we can use Google Colab. Better I can show in Google Colab. So we will use Google Colab tomorrow. Yeah, you can click new notebook. Yes. So this page will get in simple commands we can discuss. So we can rename as Python. Just you can ask, so x is equal to 10 and simple. So you can execute here or shift enter is enough. Initially, it will take some time. Once it is connected, it will work. So x is equal to 10. Now I will ask print. So print is a inbuilt function. So it will give the output as 10. So what is the type of this x? Type also one of the inbuilt function. So functions are two types. Yeah, inbuilt functions and user defined function. So you can able to say it is comes under integer. User defined functions are nothing but we will define functions for our requirement. For example, you want to find area of some triangles or you want to find height, you will define that function. So that are nothing but user defined functions. Next, and one of the important concept in Python, conditional statement. So conditional statements also nothing but decision making statements. So in our daily life, Okay, we will our actions based on our decisions. So tomorrow I have examination. So if I prepare well, I may get good marks. If I not prepare well, definitely I will not get good marks. So the results based on our decisions. Yeah, this decision making statements called conditional statement. So we have 4 types of conditional statement. Briefly, I can explain. If statements, if else statements, elif statements, and nested if statements. So let us take simple example. Okay. Now let us take x is equal to 10. Yeah. If x is equal to 10, print hi. Just enter. You need to maintain indentation. So indentation is very important. Else print, you can write goodbye. Yes, fine. The simple condition. Yeah, I have defined x value is equal to 10. Yeah, anyway, in if else statements, what will happen? The condition x is equal to 10. If condition is satisfied, the corresponding print will execute. If it is wrong, then automatically just else block will execute. So I will execute hi. Now what I can do, just I can write x is not equal to 10. Then just you can execute this. Goodbye, fine. And this is an example for if else statements in Python. So why I am explaining this conditional statement, if statements, functions, object oriented programming. Yeah, everything is important because our ultimate goal is we will analyze data. If you want to analyze the data, so we need to work on the packages, and we want to some data pre-processing techniques, EDA we need to do. So based on the data set, some steps we need to follow. We will create dictionary and etc. This is the minimum knowledge to understand the concept. So tomorrow if I start, we have anyway 50%, half of the time for theory and half of the time hands-on only. So I think tomorrow time may not sufficient. So I am utilizing this time to you people understand clearly, so that when I start tomorrow hands-on, so tomorrow also I will use Google Colab. So what is EDA? What is pre-processing? First I will explain, then I will do hands-on. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, in a folder there is a subfolder, and in that files is there. We can say package is a .py file. See, mathematics. Suppose in Python we have math package. So without math, if you try to find the square root, power and etc., you will get error. So when you import math, then you can able to find the operations which are related to mathematics. So what is happening here? Already the package is available. So when you import math, so Python, it received the information regarding mathematics. So we are activating one teacher. Simple example. Okay. So I have one doubt in physics. So simply I will go to university. I will go to university and there will be a staff, office staff. I will ask, just I have one doubt in physics. Can you clarify me? They will not clarify, right? What they will do? Yeah, okay, my dear friend, just to wait some time. So we will call our physics professor. So you can meet and you can discuss with him regarding your doubts. Similarly, while we are working on the packages, what we'll do, we will import. Actually, I'm going to do some mathematical calculations in Python. I will import the math module. So once I import math module, means I call that particular person expert, who is an expert in Python to handle mathematical issues. Once I import, yeah, ready. Just when I cannot able physically, we cannot able to see. But what happens when you import that module? Now Python ready to solve your questions related to that math. That's why I think while you are implementing machine learning algorithms, you will get errors. So module no module, some errors you will get. some particular things required packages to be installed. If we install, we can implement our algorithm. Yeah, this is okay, that's fine about packages. This is a simple example related to if-else statement. And we may have one more. If suppose generally the conditions are not always true, right? Only either one or not. There will be a multiple. So what about tomorrow? So what you will do tomorrow? So I may go to office. I will go to movie. I may sleep. Here always not two possibilities. There will be 3 or more possibilities. So in that case, we use elif statements. Elif is nothing but else if statements. Okay, let us take one simple example. I can take. I don't want to take complex example. Let us define. So y is equal to 5. I can write if y is equal to, because it is comparison operator, double equal to we need to use. So y is equal to 1, print, you can write 1, elif y is equal to 2, print 2, elif y is equal to 3, print 3. Just we can write last one else. Print 5. So here the output you will get 5, because first it will, in elif statement, what will happen? It will check first if condition, that it is correct or not. If it is wrong, else if will check the condition. So else if will be verified, y is equal to 2. No, not. Then it will go. So until and unless the condition will become true or default statement. So if everything is elif y is equal to 2 is wrong and elif y is equal to 3 also wrong. Yeah, final default one, else. Not possible for all cases, nothing. Default thing is 5. So your output is nothing but 5. About conditional statement. And similarly, we may have loops also. So the purpose of loops is nothing but if you want to execute the statement continuously. So while you are implementing one project, you need to repeat some lines. You need to focus on particular area. So mainly we use loops. Loops are while loops and for loop. Okay. So anyway, friends, yeah, today, just if we go to our presentation. So how yesterday we discussed about applications of marketing analytics. Now, if somebody will give one project, so related to marketing, so how to promote our sales? Okay, then they reach it to you and they asking, their problem is nothing but how I can improve my product. So nothing but that is project. So how to handle project, we discuss it clearly. 6 steps, that is Crisp MLQ, cross industry business standard process for developing machine learning applications with quality assurance. And all steps we need to focus. And if, yeah, in first step, we need to understand data and data engineering. Then after model building, then we will evaluate. And finally, we will deploy model. After that, maintaining the model, because once we deploy is not correct, again, there is a chance in future the model may not work. In that cases, we need to retrain the model. Yeah. So today we discuss about Crisp MLQ methodology and types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, and reinforcement. Yeah. So tomorrow we will start with exploratory data analysis and also pre-processing. So including hands-on. So okay, thank you, friend. Thank you for connecting us, and please subscribe our channel 360DigiTMG. So thank you. Bye. Have a nice day. So we will meet tomorrow.